Okay, hi guys, and welcome to another lesson. So we're going to get right into it today. Let me open our Ingu website as always. There we go. And there we have our articles. As I always mention, you can come to ingu.com. They have a lot of articles and these things that we work through, and you can do that with a friend if you want, practice having a conversation with somebody, totally free. So very nice website. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go. Birds are good for your mental health. Okay, let's see. I'm always looking to improve my mental health. I think everybody should be. Let's have a look and see what they say about birds. Firstly, let me just make it a little bigger so you guys can see. Okay, so we're going to start off with our vocabulary, and then, as I always mention, I'm going to read it. Then I'd like you to hit pause. You read it through. Make sure you got the pronunciation down, and also the definition. Make sure you understand the word. If you're not sure about, after reading the meaning and the example sentence, just type it in Google. Say, for example, here we've got mental. Just type mental and meaning, and it'll give you all the different meanings for the word. Okay, so here we go. Mental, relating to the brain or thinking. The research demonstrates that getting enough sleep is important for our mental health. The next one, mood, how a person feels at a particular time. He has been in a good mood ever since he received a raise. I'd be too. Next one, depression, a mental health condition in which people often feel very sad, have trouble eating and sleeping, lack energy, etc. Depression affects millions of Americans each year. Okay. I would also say depression over a period of time. If you're just feeling sad or down for a day or two, I wouldn't really say like, oh, I've got depression. It's just I'm feeling sad, but it's over a long period of time. Yeah. Then specific, clearly identified, exact and clear. Tourists can drink alcohol only in specific places in Dubai. Next one, account for, to think about or consider. The researchers didn't account for variations in income among the participants. And the last one, prescribe, to advise or allow a patient to receive a particular drug, treatment, etc. Codeine is one of the most commonly prescribed opioids in the United States. Okay. So let's go to our article then. Again, I'm going to read the whole article straight through. I'd like you to hit pause after each little paragraph and then read it. Make sure you got the pronunciation. If you're not sure, you can just rewind a little bit. Or you can wait all the way till the end. Then you might just have to search back if you struggle. But if you're comfortable, just wait till the end and then you can read it. So here we go. So study, birds are good for your mental health. A new study has found that seeing or hearing birds could be good for people's mental health. The study, which was published in Scientific Reports, found that seeing or hearing birds improved the mood of both people with good mental health and people with depression. Previously, studies have shown that nature can have a positive effect on mental health. However, this study is different because it focuses on one specific part of the natural world, birds. Between April 2018 and October 2021, the study's authors used a smartphone app to collect data from almost 1,300 participants around the world. 3 times a day for 14 days, participants would be asked by the app to give information about where they were, how they were feeling, and whether they could see or hear birds. The researchers found that participants' feelings improved when they saw or heard birds, and that the positive effect was stronger when participants were outdoors. This was still true even when the researchers accounted for the positive effects of just seeing trees, plants, or water. They also found that birds had a lasting positive effect that continued for some time after seeing or hearing them, and that these results were true both for people with good mental health and for people with depression. The study's authors suggest that doctors could prescribe visits to places with many birds for people who have mental health problems. They also say the natural environment should be managed and protected so that birds can be heard and seen in towns and cities as well as the countryside. All right, kind of interesting. Let's see now. Oh, we've got questions related to the passage. Ooh, I'm not that good with these ones, but again, I'm going to read the question. I'd like you to answer it for yourself, and then I'll try and answer them after that, and then we'll go and find the answers and see if you were correct and if I was correct, because sometimes I don't get it right either. Okay, so number one, how many participants did the study involve? Remember? What information were participants asked to put into the app? And what suggestions did the researchers make for doctors? All right, so my short-term memory when it comes to numbers, I'm not that good, but I think this was 1,300, if I'm not mistaken. What information were participants asked? Where they were? Did they see or hear birds? Were they indoors or outdoors? I think that's it. Maybe I'm missing something. What suggestions did the researchers make for doctors? They could prescribe people with mental health problems to go visit areas where there's a lot of birds, I think. Let's go look. So first one, they did a study, 1,300 participants. Yeah, got that. 3 times a day for 14 days, participants would be asked by the app to give information about where they were, how they were feeling, whether they could see or hear birds. All right. Yeah, I kind of got some of it. I don't think how they were feeling. I didn't put that in there. And then the last one, what suggestions did the researchers make? They suggest that doctors could prescribe visits to places with many birds for people who have mental health problems. All right. So did you get those? I did okay. I think got most of it. So let's go out to our discussion questions. Number one there, what are your thoughts on the study's finding? Yeah, to be honest, I'm not that surprised. I've always believed that there's something about nature, something about being outside, even just, now with COVID, so many people were stuck indoors. So just going out of your house, even if you're still in the city, already there's like, "Oh, okay, I feel better, get some sunshine, just get outside, see people. It makes you feel so much better. Then if you're able to go into nature, that's even better. There's just something about being surrounded by trees or just being surrounded by the natural environment that makes me, at least, it makes me always feel better. So yeah, I'm not that surprised. And I love all animals, most animals. So whenever I see any kind of animal, I'm just happier for seeing them. All right, number two. Do you find it surprising that seeing or hearing birds may have a positive impact on our mental health? Again, no. Again, when now I live in Phuket, so it's just summer all year long. But when I lived in places where the winter, as soon as you hit spring, you start hearing the birds, you start seeing the blossoms. It feels like everything's just coming to life again. So there's just something about hearing and obvious. I'm not saying obviously, but surely there must be birds sometimes in the winter time. But when you hear them in spring, it's just ah, there's life. It makes us just light up. So yeah, I love that. Um, are there a lot of birds where you live? Do you often see or hear them? Yes, yes, there's a lot of birds here. Often see them, often hear them. I would say, I don't know if that counts, but my daughter's always complaining about it. So we live in Phuket and we don't live in the city, kind of not on the outside, but kind of a Phuket area, just local area. And some of the neighbors, they've got chickens and roosters. I think there's a rooster, two houses, almost so many people around us have roosters. So a lot of times you hear the roosters in the morning. I kind of enjoy it because again, it just makes you like, it's daytime, a new day. So I don't mind it, but my daughter's always like, these roosters are just making a noise. So I don't know if all birds are pleasant. Number four, does your town or city have a lot of green spaces? Yes, of course. If I look out this window on my balcony, there's like a mountain in the distance, just like jungle. Our neighbors next door, they have um like kind of a, not a farm, but like they have a lot of trees that produce glue. So it's just this window out of our bedroom, it's not it's not like a jungle. It seems more like a forest because it's these so many trees. So it's a beautiful view for us. I hope they keep the farm for as long as we stay here. So nice. It's so nice. I love it. All right. Number five, how far is the nearest wilderness area from where you live? Oh, what do you mean by wilderness? It's everywhere. I'm surrounded by the wilderness here. Yeah, it's very nice. I think there is a nature reserve actually not too far from here. But like I say, if I look out my window, it's just trees and jungle. It's very good. For the discussion, is your country home to any rare or unique birds? Oh dear. I live in Thailand now, so um, I don't know the bird species of Thailand really. I have no idea. South Africa, well, we've got ostriches. There's an area that's got a lot of ostriches actually. And we got a bird called a hardy-daw. I don't know, they just call it a hardy-daw. And it's like this big black bird, got like a long, thin beak, and they also just make like a very loud noise. It sounds like wah, wah. But I kind of like them. I think it's quite unique to South Africa. Surely you'll find it in other countries, but yeah, they always say these birds have a fear of heights, and when they make that shouting noise, it's when they're looking down. It's like yeah, just a joke though. Yeah. Then number two, how often do you get a chance to spend time in nature? Again, I mean, I'm surrounded by nature, but to go out hiking or something like that, I should do it more, but actually I don't go that much because I get enough exposure to greenery. I don't feel like I need to go hiking or whatever. But one thing I should do, I should actually go more to the beach now that I live in Phuket, which is beautiful ocean destination, and I haven't been to the beach in like 2 or 3 months. So I should probably go to the ocean more often. And there's something about that as well, just the waves and the sound of the beach. It's so calming. I should actually go. I should. All right, number three, what animals are people likely to come across in the wild in your country? Again, I'm just talking about Phuket because this is where I live now. Um, Man, I've come across scorpions here. I found a scorpion in my house. Just yesterday, I found a snake, but it was, yeah, the snake went sailing out the roof, and then I had to kind of just chase it away. Um, just glided into a tree, kind of scary, but I had a look online and these snakes are not venomous, so that's okay. But I did find a snake in our house in Chiang Mai as well. Um, so there's a lot of snakes here, scorpions. They've got those centipedes, the really ugly looking one, like a thick, like my finger with these legs. And apparently, if they bite you, it hurts really badly. So I've come across a few of them. Um, that's just like where you live. But then also, obviously, they've got monkeys, they've got elephants, a lot of animal life here. Number four, who are the biggest animal lovers you know? Me. I love animals. I really do. I was so, yeah, I just love animals. And I felt so bad about eating because I love eating meat as well. So it's like this contradicting thing that's going on inside of me. And I felt so bad about it. At one point, I thought, okay, I'm going to try and be a vegan. And I think I lasted like 3 or 4 days. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I have to eat you. So I love animals, but I don't like seeing them hurt. If I had to hunt for my own food, I'd probably be a vegetarian because I wouldn't be able to kill them. Yeah, I love animals. Number 5, do you have pets? If so, what effect do they have on your mental health? Yes, I've got 2 dogs. I've got a little Chihuahua, and I've got a very big and very scary looking pit bull. And I love them to bits. They just, my wife says the little Chihuahua is her happiness. You know, whenever she's in a bad mood or if she's upset about it, if she just sees the Chihuahua, just makes her forget about all the problems she has. So, and the same, you know, they just love you unconditionally. They're so sweet, so soft. But I must say, the pit bull, you have to think about, you have to be careful if you get one because they're so kind and they're so just sweet and soft to the tribe, you know, the pack. So my wife, my daughter, the little Chihuahua, for us, she's just the sweetest girl. But to anybody outside, it's if you just look at us funny, because I think it's more of a protective thing. She doesn't want to just attack for attacking, but she wants to protect us. So if you are a stranger or if you somebody, you know, because we walk them outside all the time. And so she gets to know the neighbors. In the beginning, she wants to lunge at the neighbors because it's like, oh, are they a threat? But now she knows them and she'll walk past them. But as soon as the neighbors approach us, then you're like, what are you doing? So she's very defensive of us. And, but such a sweet dog and so just makes you happy. Yeah, very good. Should get dogs. Cats too. I love cats. I'm actually a cat person, but yeah, I love all animals, so I'm happy with anything. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Yeah, that's it. That's all of the questions. So, again, if you have any comments or things that you agree with or disagree with, type it in the comments and let me know. It's really interesting to see what other people has to say and what their thoughts are. All right. So have a good evening. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.